I think we can all agree that stress kills. It kills your ambition, it kills your passion, it kills your joy for life and for learning and for doing the things that you love to do. If left unchecked, stress can lead to depression, it can lead to anxiety. Okay, stress can do a lot of bad things in your life. It can even deteriorate your physical health in addition to your mental health. So it's very important that you control and manage your stress. Okay, you can't get rid of stress. Stress is not a bad thing in moderation, but you have to be able to control it and be aware of it. Okay, and that's where I come in. In this video, I want to help you guys overcome any stress that you are dealing with. Now, the first thing you need to understand about overcoming stress is that you have to control what you can control. Now, I don't want you guys to misconstrue that statement and think that I'm contradicting everything that I've said about the law of attraction. Okay, the law of attraction is still very real. You have the power to control your reality. But you have to understand how you control your reality. You don't control your reality directly. You control your thoughts. Okay, you control your thought patterns. Your thought patterns control your state of being. Your state of being controls your actions. Your actions control your reality. Okay, life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. Shout out to Agent of Divine for telling me that quote. Okay, that quote right there is so very true, especially in this situation. If you are stressed, you have to stop trying to control what you cannot control. You have to focus on how you react to situations as opposed to trying to micromanage each and every situation in your life, whether it's a toxic person that you have to deal with or a toxic work environment, things like that. You have to control what you can control. It's that simple. You cannot control other people, but you can control your mindset and the way that you respond to other people. And a lot of times, when you stop giving people the response that they want, or you stop letting stress and anxiety and depression rule your life, your outer reality will change to reflect that. Okay, all of those toxic situations will either seem better or they'll fall out of your life. But it all starts from within. Okay, you have to control your mindset. You have to control your perspective. You cannot change the world until you change your perspective. That is why the saying is, be the change you wish to see in the world. A lot of you guys have heard that saying, but not many of you apply it. Okay, you have to be the change. You have to embrace the change. You have to change your state of being. And you do that by changing your thought patterns. How do you change your thought patterns? You change your thought patterns by controlling your environment, for example. Okay, clean your room. Cleaning your room is a very good way to declutter your mind. A lot of times when you're stressed, it's because you have all of this extra clutter in your mind, and it's really a reflection of your environment, your workspace. If your space is not clean, especially your work environment, how can you expect to make logical, rational decisions? How can you expect to be in tune with yourself? Okay, you can't, because you're in an environment that is not really conducive to that type of mindset, to having control over your thoughts. If you can't control your environment, how can you expect to control your thoughts? Okay, little things like making your bed every day, cleaning your room, like I said. Okay, just little things that seem very insignificant that will change your mindset over time. You have to give it time. Control what you can control. You can clean your room. You can make your bed. Okay, if you have time to watch this video, you can do these things. You can do these things as you're watching this video. Now, once you clean your environment, it's time to clean your mind. Okay, you have to cleanse your mind, cleanse your spirit. And how do you do that? You do that through meditation. I feel like there's so many misconceptions about meditation that, you have to ascend to this certain level to meditate, and you have to achieve mental clarity the very first time you do it. It doesn't work that way. Meditation is not something that you do to achieve a specific result. Meditation is something that you do to make room for that specific result. It's something that you do to develop self-awareness, to declutter your mind, to essentially go through your inbox, your mental inbox, and read all of those messages so that the notifications don't pile up and you have all of this clutter in the back of your mind that gets pushed to your subconscious and ultimately affects your state of being and thus your actions and thus your reality. And then you find yourself stressed. Okay, so meditation is a game changer. Now, meditation is very, very simple. Okay, all you have to do is close your eyes, focus on your breathing, and ground yourself in the present moment. That's all you have to do. Now, in addition to meditating, a really great way to declutter your mind is through journaling. And just like meditation, there's a lot of misconceptions about journaling. People think that there's a right way and a wrong way to do it, and that's not true. The only wrong way to journal is to not do it at all. Journaling is one of the best ways to develop self-awareness, and this is where you find those thoughts in the background of your mind that are keeping you stressed. Okay, maybe you're stressing about the future, for example, and now you find that you're anxious. You find that you have anxiety. There's tension in your chest. Or maybe you find that you're stressed about the past and you're feeling depressed. You feel regret, you feel sorrow, and maybe even a little bit of self-hatred. Okay, journaling is going to help you expose all of these feelings from within. It's going to help you bring these feelings to the light, which is the only way that you can actively work on them. But first, you have to own them. You have to own them in a space that is comfortable for you. Now, like I said, there is no right way or wrong way to journal. But I will say that in this particular case, for decluttering your mind, the best way to journal is to simply write your thoughts down. You don't need to follow any type of prompt. It doesn't have to be cohesive. It just has to make sense to you and you only. If you focus on that, you will start to make connections that you were not making in the past, especially when you combine journaling with meditation and cleaning your environment. Okay, you're going to find that you're going to have much more mental clarity, because mental clarity is not the absence of thoughts, it's the understanding of thoughts. If you understand your thought patterns and you can bring them to the light and know that they're there and have the self-awareness to actively work on them, you have mental clarity. And mental clarity and stress cannot coexist. Now, everything that I've listed off in this video was a way to control your mind, okay? Control your thought patterns. That's where the change starts. It starts from within. However, you can also make changes to your environment beyond just cleaning your environment. And you can do this through what I call the improve or remove rule. Now, this is a rule that I came up with my senior year of high school when I was working at a job that I absolutely despised. Okay, the improve or remove rule. Basically, it's in the name. Okay, you improve your situation as much as you possibly can. You control whatever you can control. So, for example, maybe if it's a job situation that you're not too fond of, maybe you can pick up less hours. Okay, maybe you can only work certain days. Or maybe you can try to avoid certain people at work. Okay, now, if that's not enough, if you improve the situation as much as you possibly can within the scope of your control, if you've changed your perception and tried to think positive as much as possible, and you still find that it's draining you that much, remove the situation from your life. Now, I know, some of you have bills to pay, some of you are in school, things like that. I understand that, but you have to have faith and you have to put your mental health first. Simply put, because if you don't put your mental health first, what's going to happen is your performance is going to start to decline, and you're going to have this negative energy to you, and you're going to be spreading negativity to everyone around you, and it's just going to come back to you again. It's going to create a negative feedback loop. So if it comes down to it, and you've done everything on this list, and you still feel like your life sucks, okay, you're in a situation that you absolutely despise, you have to remove that situation from your life, and you have to do that by any means necessary, within the law, of course.